take this chance to apologize to absolutely nobody. It's time!
Oh shit, it's Saturday, November 28th, 2020. This is the Church of MMA podcast. My name is Tabor Cragen.
My name is Mason Knight. We're here. This is our fight companion right now, and literally as we speak, Jake Paul versus Nate Robinson is taking place. If you guys want to follow along, I will do the official count right now. 213, 212, 211, 210, 209, 208.
No,
All
keep
right.
counting.
Just keep doing it the whole time.
The whole time. We got to talk about our guest, Logan. What is up? Logan Knight, guesting
much,
on our
man.
show. How you been, my man?
Pretty good.
Yeah. So you were just telling us a minute ago that you were getting called all kinds of names recording people at Victoria's Secrets. I just set you up badly there.
I'll take my chance to recover. I'm part of Brock Murray's YouTube channel. You can go check us out, follow us. It's just Brock Murray. And we were filming a little prank today. One of our friends dressed up as a girl, and he's really good at like changing his voice and everything. And we went on out there, went to the mall, Victoria's Secret, all that. And a bunch of people walking past were seeing me recording, and yeah, they call me anything in the book they can come up with.
Well, I don't blame them. I mean, it is, if you see a guy recording in Victoria's Secrets, I think it's an instant red flag, right?
It is.
Oh,
It is in
yeah,
most
yeah.
cases, I would say so.
That's funny, man. Well, I'm telling you what, right now, you got way bigger balls than I do because,
Gotta do it for the vlog, man.
and it works. I just saw he posted a video today, and I was looking on YouTube. It was only up an hour or something. You guys already hit like 300 and something views. It's
Yeah.
pretty good, man. Oh, shit. Did he knock him out? Oh, my God,
He
we
might
missed
have.
it.
He might have knocked him out.
That's at least
They're giving him a
4-second
count. They're giving him a count.
Yeah, he's done.
Oh, my God, I missed it. Holy shit, I didn't see this coming.
Wow.
It looked like the back of the head is what he's holding too.
Dude, it's got to be over. This is way over 10
yeah,
seconds.
it's way over 10.
He's giving him everything. He's like giving him every chance. Don't be a pussy, bro. Come on.
You got 25
Okay, he's
seconds.
good. Oh, okay. Was he faking? What the fuck? He's going for the takedown.
What is he doing?
I don't know.
One
dude.
more knockdown and he loses, right?
I don't know. I hope not, because then it's
I
probably
don't know
they're going to
how. I don't know
talk for
how
45
these.
minutes.
Yeah, I don't know how these rules go.
Yeah, I mean, I don't even know.
What is he
boxing.
doing? He keeps just trying to take him down, bro. You're in the wrong sport, brother. This is boxing.
So
Well, and he played basketball too. It's like, why is he trying to tackle him?
just slams dunk real quick.
Dude, Nate Robinson looks exhausted.
Yeah.
Exhausted after round one.
Yeah.
This is crazy. Wow.
Yeah.
Yeah, but back to your guys' channel, Logan. I look forward to every Friday. I look forward to two things on Fridays. One, The Mandalorian drops every week on Disney Plus. The greatest things Disney has ever done with Star Wars on the face of the planet.
Yeah,
and the
it's
second
great.
thing I love watching are your guys' videos Friday. They're fucking hilarious. You guys do a great job.
I mean, half the time when we're recording too, I'm literally like, I see everything the camera sees, and I'm still excited every time when I watch it.
Yeah.
Well, it's your art, it's the work that you've put in on your channel. The same way as like us reviewing our audio, reviewing our show, trying to improve it. You guys are trying to improve your shit there too,
And we go
It
through.
makes sense.
We were just on a page. It's not good to be on either. It's like Cringetopia on Reddit, and we got crap ton of comments of people just hating us. We still went through and read every one, and we're like,
yeah.
that guy's got something good to say.
You got to do it.
Yeah.
But
You got-
here's the thing. Yeah, here's the thing with bad comments is it's eyeballs, it's publicity. Like in this age right now, we're literally talking about Jake Paul. He might be one of the most hated people on the face of the planet, but people tune in if they either love him or they hate him. They tune in to watch him. Like that is a society that we live in now.
Well, it's Colby
People are gonna
Covington.
shitpost.
Colby
Yeah.
Covington, John Jones, fucking name these guys. That's how you get it. People want to hate somebody.
Yeah.
You either want to be loved or you want to be hated. Our most popular video on YouTube right now, 99% of the comments are shitting on me.
Absolutely, yeah. You're like,
But
what the
you know
fuck
what?
are you doing?
It's 30,000 views, and we fucking got over 100 comments or something like that. It's our
Yeah,
biggest
it's
thing.
like
and I'll take
150
it.
comments.
yeah,
Yeah,
it's a saying as old as time. Any publicity is good publicity.
Yeah.
yeah.
Yeah, it's absolutely true.
As long as you're not doing something egregious where everyone just fucking hates you, like, like a Harvey Weinstein, then you're good. Publicity is good.
Or running up on a dead body and then making jokes about it.
Yeah, and then recording it and then making jokes about it.
my God,
Sorry,
this
that
is-
was a mistake.
Oh,
He's
again.
donezo.
Dude, that was a huge right hand.
Nate Robinson, wow.
What a pussy. I'd take that.
Oh, he's out. He's laying there. He ain't getting up.
Yeah, I don't know, dude.
Wow, they're going to let him up. Did they call it? This is insane, man. You know what? Love or hate Jake Paul, he does beat his opponents. I'm not going to say that they're professional or very good, but he is an athletic kid, though. I mean,
Ooh, he's done. He's
done.
asleep.
He's out.
Ooh, damn.
Out cold, man.
Yeah, they should have stopped that.
Bro,
after
Jake
the-
Paul, man, like, wow.
Yeah, they should have stopped
You
that.
know,
after
a
that
lot of
last
people,
knockdown.
and I don't know shit about Jake Paul. I've literally never watched one of his videos. But what I will say, like, he is so hated among so many people. But the guy really trained for this fight. I mean,
Yeah, well, you could tell
bro,
him
he
and his
looked
brother.
great.
Yeah, well, him and his brother both have been training nonstop.
Yeah.
I don't know. Like, maybe
I mean,
they
Nate-
see an actual career into fighting other celebrities and making money off.
Yeah.
of it.
I mean, Nate Robinson's literally laying on his belly right now. I think he's
No,
dead.
he's asleep,
Is
dude.
he?
No, he's
Is he going to
asleep
wake
for
up?
sure.
I'm
He's
not
out.
quite sure, man. It's insane.
I didn't see that coming at all. I just have zero expectations for these kind of fights, really.
I know. Like, it's so anticlimactic, too.
Yeah, one thing I will say about Jake Paul, like I'll be honest, I'm one of the people that hate him. Like I do not like the guy at all. But watching him on social media, all that stuff, he was putting in freaking work. Like,
Oh, yeah.
And honestly, I respect anyone that'll step in the ring, octagon, anything. Hell, even a street fight, as long as you're not pulling weapons or jumping people. Like I got respect for you,
Honestly.
because like anything can happen in this sport.
Yeah, and we just saw it. Like, motherfucker was not expecting to get knocked out
Well,
like that.
And that's the thing, too. I mean, you got a guy like Jake Paul running his mouth the whole time, but he backs it up.
Yeah.
And no, don't get me wrong. Can he go in there with a Floyd Mayweather or someone? I'm not saying
Well.
that. I'm saying there are levels of the game. Obviously, let's be realistic about it. But for the people that he's fighting, these other quote unquote pros who are amateurs like Nate Robinson, it's just like he really just goes out there and puts on a great performance.
Yeah.
I mean, for the guys that he is fighting right now, like the kid's no joke.
Well, his brother wants to fight Floyd. He just posted a video, I think,
well,
yesterday
that's-
of him
that's
calling out
so
Floyd,
stupid.
saying, hey, sign the contract. I know the only reason why you haven't signed it is because you don't know how to spell your name. So let me help you real quick. It starts with an F. That's for your boxing skills. And then it's an L, your first L ever. It was just, It was cringe, but it was funny. Made me laugh. It's never happening.
I don't mind Logan Paul nearly as much as Jake Paul.
Really?
Like, I got to be honest.
Yeah,
I've
same
tuned
with
in.
me.
I've
Same
tuned
with
into a
me.
few of his impulsive podcasts. They're really not that bad. He doesn't seem like a
Oh, and he
terrible
gets
person.
decent guests, and he'll get
he
fucking
does.
real big people.
Yeah, he does.
Like very popular pop culture people.
And the thing with Logan Paul is he's young. Granted, he still does stuff I wouldn't do.
Yeah.
But he's young and he's actually put in the effort to change, and he shows like he wants to be better. Like ever since the Suicide Forest thing, I didn't like him after that. And then I started seeing him actually change. And I was like, all right, I do got respect for this guy.
Yeah.
But Jake, no.
Well, that's the thing too. Like, we got to be able to understand that these kids are young, and when they make
And
a
they
mistake,
grew up famous.
Yeah, and they grew up famous, man. And like,
Fucking Macaulay Culkin
Disney
failed.
Channel
Like,
and stuff.
yeah.
when you make a mistake, we got to be able to forgive these people if they really want to make better in their lives. Like, I hate this cancel culture bullshit where it's like you make one mistake. It doesn't matter how old or how young you are in your life. You make one mistake and you're canceled forever, and no one you're not allowed to make a living anymore. It's some of the stupidest shit I've ever seen in my life.
Yeah.
Like, even with the thing like Logan Paul, was it wrong that he recorded someone? Absolutely. It's such a fucking dumb move. But you know what? Since then, like, he's moved on and he is trying to better his life. And like, I know I will take your word for it because I'm sure like you're more up to date with the YouTube culture. If someone's
I'm
trying
subscribed to
to,
over 120 YouTube
Yeah.
accounts, and
Yeah.
I watch
Holy shit,
damn near
really?
every video. Yeah.
Awesome.
PewDiePie.
Oh, dude.
Dude,
You
okay,
didn't
so
know who PewDiePie was.
I didn't.
I had to
dude.
explain
No.
to Mason who PewDiePie was. I was like, you don't know who PewDiePie
Well,
is.
Dude, we got to do an
crazy.
MMA meme review.
Hell yeah, that'd be awesome.
That'd be really fun. Well,
That's a
because
good idea, dude.
I was watching this. It was one of PewDiePie's videos, and like I don't watch all the time, hardly ever. But there was one where he was like reviewing memes, and they were all inside jokes.
And
I
that's
didn't
like
get a
and that-
single one.
Oh, you got to watch.
And it was
all
like
the
26
videos, 'cause
minutes long. And I
With
was
it,
like, I don't get
every
any of
once in a
these.
while, something really big happens, and like the PewDiePie submissions blows up, and like he does like a Lawai. Half the time, he won't even get the joke until like halfway through. He's like, "Oh," and then like
Yeah.
a bunch of random anime stuff will pop up. They'll be like, "Wait, oh, that's One Punch Man," and like he won't even get it.
Yeah.
He'll finally like halfway through the video, is like,
Is he-
"Oh, I get these now."
Is he a pretty big anime guy? Does he like
Oh,
anime?
dude.
Yeah, him
He
and,
goes to
him and
Japan all the time.
Yeah, him and KSI on their latest video. KSI, he's like, or PewDiePie asked KSI, he's like, "Oh, you like anime?" KSI's like, "Yeah." He's like, "Friendship 100."
Okay, there was a video that I watched with KSI recently dropped where they were reviewing memes. That one had me dying. That one was hilarious.
Dude, when they played the Titanic song, it got copyrighted,
What?
and they were playing it so horribly.
Oh my gosh. That's so crazy.
You got to watch some of PewDiePie's You Laugh, You Lose.
Oh yeah,
Those are fucking hilarious. Those are hilarious. His meme reviews are hilarious, and his Lawais are hilarious.
my favorite one of all time was the "You Slav, You Lose."
Yeah, those are so funny. It's just the stupidest memes ever, but it's hilarious. I love it.
You know what's great about getting to a point where you're PewDiePie, where you have what 122 million.
Well, he was
subs?
the first person to hit 100 million because it was a huge race because he was about to get passed as the number 1 YouTuber in the world, and it became an internet meme to subscribe to PewDiePie.
Yeah.
And it was like he doubled his fucking subscriptions essentially when that race started.
80% of his viewers are subscribed.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's like,
Crazy.
That's insane.
It's crazy, dude.
and he
Yeah.
gets like millions of views.
Every video gets over 10 million views.
Well, because both the channels I run, like obviously ours, but then the Have You Seen It one, like majority of our views are from people who are not subscribed to our channel.
Yes.
Like, and same with our channel. I mean, you go through our analytics, you know what I'm talking about. Like, majority of our views are people not subscribed. So the fact that like he literally posted that video, I saw that he had 79 or 80% of his views were from subscribers. That's insane. That's
Yeah.
literally insane, dude.
Yeah, well, people grew up watching him. I mean, shit, he's been making YouTube videos for fucking 12, 15 years now.
Yeah,
Definitely iconic.
I was right before the change of when we turned from 9-year-olds to 19-year-olds.
Yeah.
Because of the big ad apocalypse, all that.
Yeah, that was a big deal with his culture, with his YouTube channel, because for the longest time, they're always calling all his viewers children.
Yeah.
And now it's like, now they're fucking adults. And now they're just meme fucking aholics. I love it.
Well, that's the thing too. I mean, you look at Disney, a company like Disney Channel, and well, not just Disney Channel, Disney as a corporation. They did the same thing. Like they cashed in on nostalgia.
Yeah.
Think about The Lion King, Mulan, all these films that they're making in live action are all because we were children, and that's where they made all their money. And now they're making all their money off our children and us. It's really smart, man. But to go back to your PewDiePie point, I think that's like where it becomes where it's like, oh, all these 9-year-olds are watching PewDiePie. Now they're grown-ass adults. Some of them having kids. And you know when PewDiePie 10 years down the road, their kids are going to be watching PewDiePie the same way that they watch PewDiePie.
Oh, yeah.
It's crazy. It's literally generational. It's going to be like a Joe Rogan thing, you know? PewDiePie's huge.
Yeah, I bought the chair too.
Yeah.
You bought the chair,
The
the
100
$399?
I'll show you it upstairs, yeah.
It's hey,
Oh, no,
I got to be
no.
honest, man.
I got the 100 mil edition.
But can it do this?
It can do that.
It's pretty sick. It's pretty
so
sick,
awesome.
man.
But can it do this? That was the biggest inside joke for fucking ever. I love that guy.
You want to pass that whiskey and
Absolutely.
that Coke? Thanks.
So, I mean, we talked about Disney a little bit. What are your thoughts on these remakes? These CGI remakes, are they better than the originals? Like you got Lion King, they just remade Mulan. What else?
Okay,
Beauty and the
so-
Beast.
Yeah, I'll tell you this. Beauty and the Beast was kind of nice. It was a nice little remake. Lion King, though, it was a shot-for-shot remake, and it was almost to a point where it was like, why are we doing this?
That's almost why I liked it.
Really?
Is because it was so original. The thing that pissed me off about that movie was the fact that the Timon and Pumbaa scene when Pumbaa kicks, they call him fat, and he beats all the hyenas' asses.
Yeah.
That was supposed to be hilarious, and it wasn't.
Right.
It was like serious, like he was actually offended.
Well,
That was the only thing I didn't like.
I think... Oh, go ahead. Sorry.
Because if I wanted to watch that movie, I'd want it to be shot for shot remake. 'Cause
That's what I
hate
thought.
when they change shit. Because it's like, if you're gonna change shit, don't make it the same movie.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah,
So I
well,
don't want to
no.
see like a remake, but like real. Because it'd be cool.
Yeah, and if you wanted to put in a couple new songs and stuff, I understand that. But it's like you got to have the key songs: Hakuna Matata, fucking what are those other songs?
Well, here's the thing: Can You Feel the Love Tonight? This
Yeah.
was one of my biggest gripes about the film. I felt in areas where they didn't respect the original the way that they did in this remake. Can You Feel the Love Tonight? Go back and watch the movie. It's in the middle of the fucking day when they're singing the song. Like, at least have the fucking common courtesy to make it at nighttime and do some, like, cool little lightning bugs or something. But they didn't even fucking do that. It's broad daylight and they're, can you feel the love tonight? It's like, show some respect to Collins, man. So show some respect to the man who wrote this song. Like, are you fucking kidding me? Yeah. Like, so, and not only that, but, like, for me, I look at film as an art form. So, like, when you're literally making a remake of a film shot for shot, I'd like to see some direction in the film where it's like, oh, this is a part of me. This is my little take on it. And it doesn't have to like change the story plot. It just has to change some way artistically. And Jon Favreau is one of the greatest directors of all time.
Oh, I love him.
He's incredible.
He's
what
fantastic.
he has done with The Mandalorian is
he's saving
phenomenal.
he's saving Disney single-handedly.
He's saving them.
He's saving
Yes.
Marvel. He's saving fucking dude.
Yep.
I mean, okay, Marvel has so many great directors.
They do.
I give Marvel 100% of the credit to Kevin Feige. That man has built the fucking dynasty.
Yeah, he's been great
essentially.
too.
So I mean, but Jon Favreau, every single Disney fucking remake that man makes, and it's fantastic. Yep. And every fucking Star Wars remake, essentially, or Star Wars spin-off that remake that he makes, he could single-handedly make Disney a fucking another $1 trillion.
Well, that's what I was trying to say. Like, I think he should be CEO or the head honcho over at Lucasfilm.
Who's that female? That chick? The lady?
Kathleen Kennedy.
She's terrible. She's
Bro,
awful.
And look, Kathleen Kennedy, here's the thing with Kathleen Kennedy. She has been responsible for a lot of fantastic franchises. You know, she's produced films like Back to the Future. I think she had a hand in Jurassic Park. Like, she has worked very well in the industry, and I have to give her props for that.
Yeah.
But as far as the handling of Star Wars and the true hardcore fans who go and like subscribe to channels like Star Wars Theory, and they go deep into the lore of what Star Wars is in the expanded universe, you have to be able to respect the fans enough to add those elements in and those Easter eggs in. And they took this new trilogy and they just absolutely shit on all like hardcore Star Wars fans and produced this film and made this film to like to make little children happy. And it's like it's not fair. I thought The Force Awakens was decent. I got to be honest. The Last Jedi I thought was the best one out of all of them.
That's the second one?
That's the number 8. Yep.
Dude, I thought that was the worst
Ryan
one.
Johnson. Oh, dude. Are you kidding me?
I thought that was the worst one.
I
dude.
fucking
I was bored.
loved
And then
that
the scene when Luke was fighting Kylo Ren,
Yeah.
I thought that was awful. I was like, what? He couldn't have actually came and fight him? I mean, I get it. But then he died right afterwards using all
Right.
his force powers.
But what
I was a little bit
about the
disappointed.
court scene? That was awesome with all the red guards. When Snoke, spoiler alert for anyone who hasn't seen it before, when Snoke gets cut in half and they have that battle scene,
Yeah,
I
okay.
fucking loved
There's a
it.
2-year rule. If it's after 2 years, you need to fucking see it
Yeah,
already.
yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Well, they're interviewing Roy before he even gets warmed up.
Before he gets warmed up, they're like, "Hey, can we talk to you? We gotta have some more airtime because people paid $50 for this pay-per-view, and that last fight was a fucking joke and a half." Nate Robinson really shit the bed on that one, folks. So we're just gonna go right over to Roy Jones Jr. and see what he has to say.
Yeah, he's like, I just ordered a pizza. It's coming to my locker room right now. Should be nice and hot and crispy by the time I get done.
Not really sure if I'm gonna eat it before or after. Depends how I'm feeling.
He's like, I might have half now and then half after the fight. I don't even give a shit. He's like, fuck it. I'm making $3 million.
Who was the one fighter that loves, I think it was like KFC or Popeyes?
Daniel
That's
Cormier
and Derek Lewis. Yeah, my balls are hot.
Yeah,
Which-
I think it was Derek Lewis.
Yeah, Derek
Yeah,
Lewis.
he's like, you disrespected that Popeye's chicken.
Which fucking sucks because tonight there's also a UFC fight night, and he was supposed to fight tonight against Curtis Blades, and that card got pulled because Curtis Blades got COVID-19.
Was that on Fight Island?
No, this was the UFC
Vegas.
Apex in Vegas. Yeah, but they've been going to Abu Dhabi a lot on Fight Island.
Yeah, and they
Nelk
will be
Boys
going
went
back.
to Abu Dhabi.
Oh yeah, the
Nelk
Nelk
Boys?
Boys. Yeah, they met
to the
Dana.
UFC?
Yeah.
So a buddy of mine that works for us, Cole, I'll just shout him out, Cole Wallway. He probably doesn't listen, but if in case he is,
In case he does.
he talks about the Nelk Boys all the time. Did I see that the Nelk Boys, before the election happened, and not to get too political, but the Nelk Boys saw Trump?
No, they went on Air Force One. Met
I saw,
Trump with
and then
Dana
did
White.
they fucking shotgun a beer with Trump?
No. Or They were like drinking
front of
and
him?
stuff before. They probably did it in front of him.
Oh my goodness. That's
like
that's what Cole
yeah.
said. Cole's like, yeah, they shotgunned a beer right in front of Trump. Trump's looking at him like, what
Yeah,
the
they met like Ivanka. I think it's Jared Kushner.
So
Ivanka's wife or husband.
who are these guys? These Nelk boys? What do they do?
They just do kind of what we do. Like we're more clean and we try not to cuss or anything. Granted, every once in a while one will slip in, but like we try not to cuss or like be offensive or anything. Nelk boys, kind of the opposite. They just don't give a fuck. Like they're just out there to have a good time. Okay. They go to like colleges, frats, fat parties.
I saw one guy said he was gonna prank somebody or something like that, and then Secret Service said, nope, you're fucking shut down. You're not moving.
Yeah,
and then Trump had to go, no, he's okay. He can come with.
Yeah.
Did that happen?
Yeah.
Oh, fuck, that's such a
Because
cool
like
story.
right after they got on the plane, like fucking Secret Service was there, brought him in. They're like he thought it was a prank and all that. So he was probably fucking around in the interrogation and all that. Then he's like found out real quick. He's like, oh no, these guys are not fucking around.
No, it's the Secret Service.
Yeah. Secret Service ain't fucking around, dude.
So when I went to the White House, dude, so there's like probably not 7. I'm way over exaggerating, but there's like 3 different levels of like clearance you have to get through just before they let you in the door. First one was like you got to get sniffed by dogs. Second one, a dude pats you down, and third one, they send you through metal detectors and like in a full blown X-ray and shit like that.
You know what fucking blows my mind? How now? I was shooting a video with Riley and a few guys a few years ago because we were doing this funny little video. We went to a Bernie Sanders rally, right? Did you go with us?
I remember seeing that video. I watched it.
Like I was kind of the cameraman back then.
Yeah, that's right. Yep.
Yeah, because I was just holding the umbrella over the
Yeah,
camera.
over the camera. Yeah, you were a grip or something like that.
I was a cameraman's assistant.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, you were learning the ropes, for
Well, yeah,
now.
I've been invested in this for like 6 years.
For years, man. But yeah, we did that, and it really baffles my mind. It blows my mind that like you can show up to rallies, like even with a presidential candidate. Like, how do they know? And obviously, like, I'll clarify this. I would never do this, but like, how do they know that like people don't have like weapons on them, or that they're not going to harm that person who's out on the podium? Like, how do they even know that?
Well, that one guy, remember
they
that
didn't
one?
pat us down or anything. When I went to this rally, like I was like 25 feet away from Bernie Sanders, and I'm like, this is fucking crazy that like they don't have like metal detectors we walk through or dogs around, nothing.
No, dude.
I couldn't believe it. I'm like, they need better protection for all these
everyone
candidates.
thinks that it's so protected, but it's not. Remember when that one guy charged the stage at Trump in 2016?
Yeah.
And he actually fucking
flinched.
got on stage.
Yeah, with it from because I like I said, I'm subscribed to like 120 YouTube channels.
Yeah.
So I watch a lot of stuff like active self-protection. Shout out to those guys. I don't even know their names or anything. I just watch them. But a lot of stuff, it's literally just, and I notice it because like when I conceal carry and all that, people naturally, like if I ask you, hey, do you got a gun on you or do you got any weapons? Naturally, your hand will go immediately to that spot.
Right.
And you will like, no, I don't have any weapons. And then, okay, now I know there's a knife, gun, this guy's right pocket. Then other stuff, it's just while people are walking, they'll touch it, like touch that area to make sure it's still there, make sure it's not moving or anything.
Yeah.
A lot of just random stuff like that. And then like,
And that makes sense.
but it's literally just like cost weight analysis. Cause like you don't actually it could be like the guy has
When I do that a lot with my
$10,000 on
wallet.
him or
Yep.
something.
I do that
Yeah.
a lot with my wallet, where I'm always checking my pocket to make sure I have my wallet on me.
Yeah, I do the same
Because
thing.
when I went to buy a trailer in Texas, I had my bag with me at all times. I was always grabbing it and making sure, because I had fucking $30,000 on
Yeah,
me
in cash. Yeah.
Like I didn't have, like I literally had a pocket knife. That's all I had. So I was literally always touching
Right.
the bag. If I would have had a gun at that time, I probably would have been doing the same thing.
Yeah, probably.
Making sure it's always okay. I didn't leave it in the gas station or something.
Yeah.
It's like, yeah. If you have something valuable, you're always cautious and like aware. But yeah, that's one of the things that Secret Service does, or that's what they say on YouTube. at
Well, and
least.
I'm sure there's obviously there's a ton of training that goes and is involved in securing the highest person in office, But it's just, it does baffle me. Like, and then did you guys see that Trump drove through the, I forget the name of the rally, but it was after the election, the Million MAGA March, I think is what it was called.
Yeah,
But
the
he
Trump
drove
supporter.
through that. And
Yeah.
I'm just like, And it's so funny too. Like
That was
love him or
in,
hate him, like it's so
Washington,
funny.
DC.
Yeah, yeah.
Well, that's
But the
probably the
thing
one
is-
time you could do it is when you're driving through a protest of your supporters. you
Yeah,
know?
and the thing
Yeah.
with that one is if he's driving through it, that guy's in the Beast. That has like 3-inch thick glass.
True, he could fucking drive
He does
straight
it.
through all those
Yeah.
people if he needed
Bro,
to.
they don't call it the Beast. Like
Yeah,
literally,
it's
it is
bulletproof.
steel plated. He has like 4 quarts of blood in there. He has whole med kits. Like they could literally do surgery in the Beast.
Jeez.
Yeah,
Like
it's crazy.
the amount of reserve.
I guess
gas,
after Kennedy.
everything they have.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's why they don't go
Yeah.
in.
In
Yeah,
the
whatever it's called.
Yeah, the
Convertible,
convertibles anymore. Yeah. Probably not a good idea, folks.
But literally, like the Beast, from the videos I've seen, from the stuff, the very little stuff that is like declassified or just common knowledge,
right.
that thing, it could probably survive a fucking direct missile attack.
Now,
Like,
I wonder if they have tech. I'm serious. I wonder if they have technology that's classified, obviously, where they can literally look at every single human being and know exactly what they have. Like, and I don't want to say like Superman and
probably
X-ray
like
vision,
blood
but that's Mm-hmm.
temperature and stuff like that. Because it's like, imagine like,
That's already
if
real.
you're already heated,
They already do
your
that.
face will get more blood when you're fucking
then
ready.
like a
It's
gun.
in China.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's in China. They're already doing that. Thermal, like heat
Thermal detection.
signatures. Yeah. Well, they do that to see if you have COVID or not in China already. Like
Right.
the cameras will literally see, hey, this person's got a fever, and they'll fucking send someone to them.
That's insane.
Dude,
like-
China's
Well, I heard they were
bad
even
right
like
now. China's really
I
bad.
heard they were like welding people's doors shut and stuff.
Yeah, well, that was months ago. Now it's like it's fucking it's straight up social credit score system. You rat on
I heard
everybody.
about
Yo,
that.
it's bad.
The social
dude.
credit where it's like
been
your
rolled
credit
out.
will go down.
Oh, yeah.
That's literally a Black
guess
Mirror
who,
episode.
Guess
Yeah,
who helped them
literally.
with that?
Who?
Wasn't it Google?
It was.
Oh, Google.
It was. It was 100% U.S. tech companies that was
Yep.
helping with that, and that they're trying to implement
Yeah.
it here, dude. It's coming.
Of course they
Well,
are.
It's
with
fucking
the
coming.
latest update on your phone, not trying to get all conspiracy theory, but they have like the fucking you can track if you've been in contact with someone with COVID.
Yeah, well,
Yeah,
that's
so
that's
they're
already
tracing
here.
tracing.
That's
They're
already
already-
here.
Yeah, the tracing's
Yeah, they're already
here,
putting
man.
it on your phone. All you have to do is turn it on if they're not already collecting that data.
It's crazy, and people just don't give a fuck. Like literally in 2020, they came out and said we have like alien spacecraft not of this world,
Thank you,
and
Trump,
nobody
for
gives a
declassifying that.
nobody gives a fuck.
Think about the scary thing too. Like, think about this. Like, they have your data. They can do whatever they want with your data. They can manipulate your data
Yeah, well, they
to
sell
make you
it.
do. Well, they sell it, of course they
Yeah,
do.
that's how they make their money.
Okay, so Tabor, I'm telling you right now. Like, if you gave me every piece of information in your life, right,
Mm-hmm.
and I had full control of everything that you ever owned, you're trying to tell me I couldn't manipulate anything in that data?
You could manipulate me to
I could literally
buying
make
certain
you-
products.
Well, or I could literally manipulate your messages to make you look like you were a serial killer.
oh, and that's coming.
And this is where I'm getting at. This is where I'm getting at. I have no information. This is
No,
all
this is
just
100%.
my conspiracy theory
Yeah,
because I
and
like to have fun with this.
We're
and
27
whatever.
minutes deep. YouTube algorithm
Yeah,
isn't
whatever.
going to go. It's
Whatever. And this is just my opinion. It's stupid. This is not actual.
speculation.
Yeah, it's just stupid. But like, I really think a technology can get to a point where if you have something bad to say about these companies that don't like you, oh, well, here, I'm going to turn this in. Oh, look at this. You bought 3 ounces of cocaine. Oh, lock his ass up. And I'm just using that as an example or anything else that you can use. Like, it's fucking scary
I got
what they can
2
do with
points
your
on this.
data.
With Bitcoin, everyone thinks it's untraceable. It is not. It like they literally keep all your information when you're on Bitcoin and all that.
Of
Like
course
they
they
keep
do.
That's true.
how you send your money,
Yep.
all that. And then another thing is like I love the guy to death. I think is a freaking legend, Elon Musk,
Yeah.
with his chip in the brain.
Chip in the
thing.
brain, no thank you.
Yeah, but with that you can don't know because like if I can literally just sit here and do this for 5 seconds,
Yeah.
then now you know exactly what I wanted to say.
Exactly.
How do you turn that off? Like I mean I don't know.
Yeah.
And then that along with how you spend your money with Bitcoin, say those 2 things are bought or owned by the same company, they now have everything.
Full control.
Then if paper money goes out of like circulation,
Well, think
then-
about
well, that's
these
big right now.
lockdowns. Yeah, think about these lockdowns that are going down. I mean, this is fucking crazy. You want to tell me to follow the science? I have no problem following the science. I will wear a mask. I will stay socially distant. Whether or not you think the mask is a good idea or a bad idea,
Well, read the box.
I know, but here's
It
the
says does not protect you from COVID-19.
Okay, but here's the thing.
Especially
I
the
am
ones made
willing.
at home.
I know, but I'm a reasonable human being. I'm willing to compromise. If you put mandates in front of me that do not infringe upon my rights and to quote unquote make other people safer, I have no problem doing that. I really don't. It's when you infringe on my rights, my First Amendment rights, where it's you say you are not able to legally peacefully assemble. No. The fucking Constitution says I can peacefully assemble wherever I want, whether that be at church, whether that be at my own private property in my own fucking home. I have the right to assemble, and you don't have the right to tell me not to.
Did you see what they were doing in New York?
The first.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Yeah. Well, we'll get to that. Fuck it. Did you see what they were doing in New York for Thanksgiving?
No.
Door to door. Hey, you got more than 7 people in here?
Would you hear what Kate
Hide in
Brown
the
said?
basement with Joe Biden.
Dude.
How about Kate Brown, the governor of Oregon, said yes. Call the police if you think your neighbors have more than 6 people over. What the fuck is that?
But you could smoke crack on the streets.
But you can go protest and have tens of and now look. Here's the
Only
thing.
for the right things, though.
Right, and here's the thing. I completely support those people who go out and protest, even if they're for Trump or Biden. I 100%
Whether you
support
disagree with what they represent.
exactly, because it is their
Right.
it is their constitutional right to go out and protest. So I'm not saying that they shouldn't go out and do that. All I'm saying in this matter is how is it that it's okay to go out and protest in the thousands, which is their constitutional right to do so, but then you're not allowed to have Thanksgiving with more than 6 people?
If we're gonna follow the facts, follow
Follow
the
the
facts.
science.
Follow the science. Follow all the science. Going to protest, I'm 100% for it.
Yep.
But if you're gonna do it, wear a mask, be socially distanced. But don't. If you're not gonna condemn them, don't condemn me for having my family over for Thanksgiving.
Exactly. And that's where it lies. That's where I don't like it. I'm a constitutionalist. Like at the end of the day, like I believe if the right oversteps their boundaries, if the left oversteps their boundaries, I will fucking call it on it every single
Law
time.
and
Well,
order.
the problem
Law and
is
order,
the
absolutely.
problem is with coronavirus is it has turned into a political issue. You know, it has turned
Because
into
rights are being infringed upon.
Yes.
That's why it's turning into a political issue. The political issue is not, wearing a mask. It's not staying socially distanced. I think majority of realistic and understanding people can at least do their part as far as that because it doesn't necessarily infringe on your rights.
And then churches being closed.
Right.
That's fucked up.
Freedom to
So did
assemble
you-
and then freedom of religion.
Did you see the video of New York City, the Jews, the Orthodox Jews being
The
harassed?
Jews have
Dude,
been.
no one's no fucking...
The Jews have been they've been going through so much shit in New York with
Corona.
Yeah.
Because they can't get together. So
They couldn't even go to funerals when like their head. Forgive me, I don't know
Head rabbi.
much.
Yeah.
Rabbi. When he died, they couldn't go to funerals. They couldn't do anything. Those guys, like those people, are mourning. Like they
They
need
just-
Well,
something.
dude, there's
They
some
just
people
saw
who
a
are in
massive-
leadership in New York who are anti-Semitic.
Oh, very, very true.
Like,
But-
for real.
but
Like,
100%.
straight up, and it's fucked.
they are the representation of the rebel fucking heartbeat of America right now. Because you know what? The Orthodox Jews are in the middle of the fucking Brooklyn Bronx, or I don't know, New York. That's probably 2 different boroughs right there. They're in the middle of Brooklyn having these massive thousands of persons weddings, secret underground fucking weddings. They're like,
Well, there were
fuck you.
there was actual video that dropped. I don't know if it was a Jewish wedding or a Catholic wedding, but there was like 1,000.
That was the
people there.
Jewish wedding. The
Was it
Orthodox,
Jewish?
I think it was,
Oh, okay.
dude. It was an Orthodox Jewish
I'm not
wedding.
quite
and
sure
there's
what it was.
thousands
Don't
of
remember the
people
video.
there.
And a lot of Jews, like they don't believe they're like they don't give a crap about the government telling them they're married. They care about the rabbi or the one officiating the wedding. Like if they want to do that, they need to be able to do that.
You know what's really cool, though, is I do see this kind of pushback to these ideas. I'm not going to say where I was within the state. I'm not going to say who it was because I do not want them to get in trouble. But I did speak with someone who is in law enforcement. And, and I don't know the person. I don't even know the officer's name, honestly. But he was like, yeah, because, obviously where I work, I run into police officers quite a
Well,
bit.
now we know he's not a sheriff.
Yeah, that's true. Narrow it down. Process of elimination, Doug.
What's his address?
I was talking to him, and he goes, there's
Social
there's so much fear mongering going around on social media. He goes, I probably shouldn't say this, but I'm going to say it. I don't care. He goes, we're not going to knock down your guys' doors if you have family over for Thanksgiving. He goes, unless there's a massive party with like 200 people and they're having noise complaints, which is normal, that's okay. But he goes, other than that, man, he goes, people are allowed to assemble. They're allowed. And I go, thank you so much.
That guy's a piece of shit in the mind of the governor of New York. Andrew Cuomo came out and said that any officer that doesn't enforce my laws, specifically, is not a law enforcement officer in my eyes. That's what he came out and said.
You want to talk about Andrew Cuomo? The wannabe like gangster, the wannabe mobster.
Frodo.
Yeah.
Didn't he just win an Emmy? Was it?
Yes, he did win an Emmy.
I want to bring
That's
up.
disgusting.
How does his state responsible for what? 45,000 elderly people dying?
Because they were putting coronavirus positive elderly patients back into the nursing homes.
It has been proven. It's
disgusting.
That there were no cases of coronavirus until they put those old people back into those homes.
It's disgusting, dude. It's
he's
really like they're
winning
trying
Emmy.
to kill people.
It's literally like backwards mentality thinking where it's like he gets an Emmy
and then
for doing it. Blows my mind.
And then not even putting the elderly that were already there at risk, but then putting the nurses, the people that take care of the elderly, and then their families at risk. It's like,
and that guy has the audacity to be like, "Oh, I did everything right." Blah, 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 blah. And it's so funny because hold on real quick.
No, go ahead.
When they were investigating Andrew Cuomo, he goes, well, we did a self-investigation and we came to find that nothing was wrong. Well, no fucking shit. Those are your people that are investigating that.
They're not going to tell you did something wrong.
Exactly. That's like Trump. Okay, that's like Trump being like, look, I had my people look into it. They didn't find anything wrong. Therefore, nothing is wrong.
Yes, you're right.
That's dumb. Like, we would question that if Trump did it.
Yeah,
so why not? Why the fuck
it.
are people not questioning when Andrew Cuomo says stuff like that? Like, and he's such a wannabe, like, mobster, like, the way he talks.
Chamber.
And I'm like, it is.
Here's the problem, dude, is he's not the only one.
That's one thing that Trump does get wrong sometimes is he is sometimes in an echo chamber.
Sometimes, yeah.
Well, everybody at some point.
Everybody is. I think it's hard to stay out.
It is.
And that's why I listen to, like, podcasts like Pod Save America. And
that's why we read the comments, even on the hated videos.
Yep. Is because I do like different perspectives, even when I don't really necessarily agree with them. And I think that's just like, oh my God, this is so hard to listen to. But you have to listen to it because you do have to get outside of your bubble. And you have to start following guys or people, women, men who are independent journalists who don't have a stake in the game. You have to.
Well, they're hard to find nowadays. They really are. You know, because everyone's backed by somebody big.
And I really respect Tim Pool because obviously he was a big Obama guy, you know. He went to the hype of Obama and then realized a lot of the things that he did wrong in his campaigns. He was completely against the Iraq war. I mean, at least what Tim Pool says in his videos about 2008, he really thought Obama was going to make the change. And then Obama lost votes in 2012. And then Tim Pool started kind of seeing like the hypocrisy from the left as well. And obviously there are hypocrisies points from both sides, you know? I mean, even like with the Supreme Court. Now, is it within Trump's constitutional right? Absolutely. To verify Amy Coney Barrett. Absolutely. That was within his constitutional power and he had every right to do that. But then they start talking about, you know, the Supreme Court Garland, which was eight months before Obama left office, but they didn't have the votes necessary.
And just because Obama left 180 something judges seats open and Trump filled them.
Yep.
Well, the problem is the Senate wasn't. We got to remember the first 2 years of Trump's
2 years.
That was the worst Congress in U.S. history.
Well, Ryan
the
Paul's
least.
a fucking
He was
idiot.
the biggest piece of shit ever. I hated the fact that the Republicans were playing soft with Trump.
Didn't the Republicans do the same thing to Obama the first 2 years?
Yes. Well, the thing was, it was the House was shitty, but the Senate too. The Senate was leaving so many unappointed positions. For years. I mean, it took 2.5 years to fill half the positions Trump had open by the time he got in office.
That's the huge problem I have with the Republican Party and why they just fucking irritate me to no end. Is like they'll play like they're these tough guys. Like Ted Cruz will go out and do this whole big old thing, and he'll question and he'll get some zingers in on these big tech CEOs and stuff. But they don't do anything to change it. They have their little moments, and that's it. You know, and like, it's so frustrating to me that they don't try to get more things done or change the system at all.
If you don't look like you're doing anything, then people won't vote for you anymore.
I know.
The most
if they just sat back and actually didn't do anything and didn't pretend to be doing anything, how are they? Like, you got to milk this out. There's no term limits. Try to make this a career thing.
The thing that makes me the most scared is the Republicans come off as the freedom, the constitutionalist party and stuff like that. A lot of rhinos, but it's deafening silence from the tyranny that we're seeing right now from a lot of these governors. I mean, we just talked about Cuomo, but Gretchen Whitmer of Michigan, not only did she do what Cuomo did, but she was actually putting COVID positive patients under the age of 40 into some of these nursing homes.
Yeah. There's a guy that I follow. He ran for Senate in California. I'm going to give him a shout out because I actually like the guy. Errol Weber, not even a politician or anything. He's a filmmaker in Hollywood.
That's what we need.
He's talking more about the issues I want to hear about than a lot of Republicans.
Because he's successful in the private sector. The people that are in charge that are in power in politics right now were never successful in the private sector. They're only successful working for government. How do you get successful working for government? It's fucking taking outside money. It's the absolute truth.
It's what are they called?
We need more people that are successful in the private sector is essentially what I'm trying to say. Is we're not getting those. I mean, we are essentially getting a few, but it's just too many people are making too much money in politics right now, and they're staying in it.
No one successful wants to go into politics.
Exactly. That's the problem. Yeah. No one successful wants to go in.
And that's really funny that we see that in politics too, because they, and I'm talking all from the right, from the left, they all for the people. We're going to do this for the people, the people. But then you see people like Ted Cruz, and there are things that I like about Ted Cruz. I don't think he's a terrible human being, and I think he means well. And I listen to him sometimes, and I'm like, okay, I like the guy, whatever. But people like Bernie Sanders, Bernie Sanders had a movement, whether or not you liked it or not, he had a movement going. And for the people who bought in, I understood because he was trying to disrupt the system the same way that Donald Trump was. But then you come to find out later on, years that after the 2016 election, after the DNC and Donna Brazile completely fucked him over. Completely
Debbie
fucked the man over.
Schultz.
I could not in Debbie, and Debbie Schultz, completely fucked the man over.
2 years in a row.
And then they do the exact same thing in 2020. And Bernie,
so funny, dude.
Bernie literally just bends the knee again.
Such a pussy.
I lose respect for you, bro.
He's such a. Did you see that Twitter wants him to be the Secretary of Defense?
Right. You have to have a strong leader. You have to have a strong leader if you're really trying to break a movement. And Bernie Sanders is not that guy. He's bent the knee over this 8-year period.
One thing
And then hold on. I got one more point. And then we start to find out the Bernie Sanders, socialism, we all must be the same. And then you come to find out the guy's worth $2 million.
He's got 6 homes.
And he's got 2 beautiful homes. And you're like, who the fuck is this guy? You literally made your whole career off being for the people, and now you're a millionaire. And
his wife is literally a racist.
And now he changed his tone from millionaires to billionaires because it's the billionaires now, no longer the millionaires. I got a problem with that.
Those book deals, though. All of the money he makes off of his book
deals. Many book deals.
And here's the thing. He has every right, and I'm not saying this. Yeah. He has every right to make all that money.
But he hates capitalism unless it's making him money.
And that's the issue
that's one thing I love about him. He's always been consistent.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And he's always been consistently a piece of shit, too.
Well, this
is the opinion of me, not this channel or anything. It's just my opinion.
Yeah, of course.
100%.
Well, yeah, but I mean, what really has he got done?
Nothing.
He says he wants to be a face of a movement, but doesn't have enough balls to actually stand up to the Democrats. So it's your movement is for nothing.
And now he's teaming up with AOC +3.
Right, of course, but they're not going to get anything done because all they do is just say the most far left crazy thing, and then if they disagree with you or you disagree with them, you are a sexist and you are a racist. Well, that's not debating. We can't have a conversation when I disagree with you on something and you go, "Oh, you're sexist, you're a misogynist."
If everybody's sexist and racist, nobody's sexist and racist. Right.
Well, it
loses all power.
It's such a mute point with me.
Did you see that they want all Trump's? Did you see they want all Trump supporters on a list?
Oh yeah. No, she tweeted that. Yeah, these sickle fans.
Yep.
Need to be put on a list, and I'm like, dude, what?
Bring
it
on, bitch! I'm number 1. Put me at the fucking top. I dare you.
I'm 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6.
Well, and here's the thing, too. It's you want to talk about an authoritative dictator like Donald Trump, and then in the same breath, you say, shut down. You're not even allowed to see your own family. What? Is anyone seeing this? Is anyone I feel like I'm in loony land where no one else sees the way that I do, the hypocrisy that is so right in our face. And I really do believe I'm a centrist. I call and me and you have even gotten in some heated arguments about certain things.
Multiple.
Where you've walked away because, you're conservative, you're right, you're Republican, right?
Mm-hmm.
And I respect that, and that's fine. But I've called a lot of shit out on the right, and you know that because we've been in some conversations. But again, I have no problem looking at the left and being like, dude, what the fuck is going on? What is with all this hypocrisy that is happening? And then Joe Biden, you look at his John Kerry as your fucking czar?
Dude, isn't that the funniest shit?
As your czar?
Dude.
For not global warming, but climate change? I'm like, that guy has been wrong on every fucking policy.
I'm shocked it wasn't
no way
Al Gore.
Yeah. He's like, there's no way there's ever going to be peace in the Middle East. There's no way Israel will ever have peace, ever. Well, Trump made it done within the 4 years that he had.
Everyone in the Middle East right now is shaking in their fucking
Then he
boots.
moved
would
the
be too.
embassy to Jerusalem too.
Yeah, Jerusalem. And they said that could never be done. And the thing that baffles me, and mark my words on this podcast, we will have a war somewhere in the Middle East, whether it be Iraq or whatever, within the next 2 years. You want to know why? Because all of Biden's little buddy friends in his cabinet, they're going to make money off that war. That's what it's
It
been.
should have already happened.
We can't go to war with Iran though, because don't they have nuclear weapons?
No, it should have already happened. It doesn't matter. If Hillary would have won, in
I'll
2016, we would already been at war with somebody, whether it's North Korea, Iran, Syria, and Russia. It would have started. Syria was set up to be the catalyst for World War III, and it hasn't happened.
Would have done the same thing Dick Cheney did.
Exactly. 100%.
So, again, I'm getting my source from the New York Times, which the failing New York Times, as Donald Trump says.
Tell them who read it.
Here's the
too,
thing.
or wrote it.
David E. Sanger.
Maggie
But here's the
Haberman.
thing. Did you guys hear about the Iran nuclear scientist who was just assassinated this morning?
Well, I'm
Was
not
he
shocked.
assassinated, or do we know?
Did we kill him?
We do not know who killed him, according to the article. The assassination of Iran could limit Biden's options. Was that the goal? So basically, the way that they're phrasing this, the
probably
killing of
a death
Iran's
row.
top nuclear scientist is likely to impede the country's military ambitions. Its real purpose may have been to prevent the president-elect from resuming diplomacy with Tehran. This is the New York Times.
Dude, remember when they killed that general and they're like, philanthropist killed by Trump.
Kalamati or whatever his name was, or Soleimani.
They're like billionaire philanthropist, animal lover, murdered by Trump.
It's like the guy was a fucking terrorist. And guess what? He was responsible for killing tens of dozens of American.
Wasn't he responsible for Benghazi, or partly?
Something like that,
Yeah,
dude.
something like
he
that,
was a real piece of shit. He was up
He was
there
a
on the
bastard.
terror.
He was a
on
He
the
was
top 5
literally
list.
like number
person.
one on the most wanted list. for
Yeah,
years.
he was up there.
Yeah, it's crazy.
It's scary,
too.
dude.
Like it's so scary the censorship, the censorship of like places like here, YouTube, which this video will probably get banned.
I mean, we're small time, dude. 300,
super small, but
300
it doesn't matter. The
subscribers, and
algorithms ban you.
And I still am nervous about it. Like we feel like we have to censor ourselves, or we're gone.
And one reason the military loves Donald or Trump is because he, like, if information is actionable, he doesn't put it on the docket for 8 months,
Right.
for months.
Yep.
He
No,
literally
it's
sends
done.
guys in, gets it done. That's why with Soleimani, they used a missile. No troops were harmed in the making of that.
Yep.
No troops put in danger. Literally, if they miss, okay, 50 grand down the drain.
Yep.
Okay. But no troops were hurt, no nothing. And Obama had the opportunity to do it twice.
Exactly.
Dude,
and if you want to look at Obama's career, okay. And again, I will preface this. Do I think Obama is evil? No, of course not. Like Obama, say what you will about Obama, he was easily one of the most presidential presidents we've ever had.
That's
in the
why
history.
everyone loved
Oh,
him.
besides
exactly.
Trump, though.
That's why I voted for him the second time.
But yeah, like he was like.
I thought he was
gave
cool.
a
I thought he was
sense of-
charismatic.
Exactly.
He was
Didn't
friends
like
with
the way he
celebrities.
talked, though.
But let's look at his administration, especially in the last 4 years. You look at places over in Yemen and how much they were bombing. I mean, they were dropping bombs every day. Every day they were killing innocent people every day.
Every day. Nobody talks about that.
No one
That's
talks
one
about it. It's
thing.
wild.
And that's one thing. Fucking Operation Fast and Furious. No one
Fast and
talks about
Furious,
that.
yeah.
Everyone says he's got a squeaky clean record. The only fucking conspiracies he has connected to him was he wore the wrong suit one day.
It's squeaky
That's what a lot of
clean
people
because
say.
everything's redacted or gone missing.
Exactly.
Or
I don't know.
dead.
I really do think that Obamagate is a real thing. They did spy on Trump in 2016 and they did get caught. The fact that none of this stuff has come out yet and like nobody has been in even the slightest bit of trouble. It does make me nervous though.
Well, I mean, absolutely.
Flynn
Flynn did get pardoned recently, which is a big
coming.
sign.
Yeah.
Which is a big sign because people were talking about
And
that
then if
was
he
gonna
gets
be
Snowden and
Julian Assange.
Julian Assange is the guy I've been calling to be pardoned for the longest time because WikiLeaks is so important in all of this.
But hold on, they both need to be pardoned. Yes, what Edward Snowden did was technically illegal. But
treason.
again, it was treason, yes.
but
I'm glad he did it.
But our own government was spying on everyone.
And lying that they weren't.
And lying that they weren't.
And they knew it was illegal and still did
and
it.
what came out of spying on everyone?
Just
Nobody knows. Like nothing.
Nothing. And they still do it to this day.
They still do it, yeah.
And nothing's been done.
Well, I mean, it gets worse and worse as years go
Well,
by.
now they don't even have to do it anymore. They can just buy the information from Apple.
Well, yeah.
Or Facebook.
Or
Google,
Facebook, yeah.
Anybody.
Well, and that's the thing too. Like, think about this. Like, all the hours of audio you have on your phone, all the hours of audio that you have anywhere, and video. I mean, think about
Deepfake?
it anywhere.
Talking about
And then
deepfake.
the
what I'm talking
Exactly
opportunity
what you're
to
talking about. I know what
access
you're
it
talking about.
whenever you want.
Yes. And I'm telling you right now, if you start like 15, 20 years down the road, if you start speaking out about your government, you start speaking out about these different things, they are able to manipulate that audio, to manipulate your
They're gonna make you
data.
say anything
This is
you
what
want.
I was
They can
talking
do
about
deep
earlier.
fakes. They don't even need you to
Exactly.
say it anymore.
They don't, and that's what's so fucking scary.
Dude,
Is
they
it's
do it
like-
with Joe Rogan.
They do it with Joe,
All the
and some of them
time.
look
I heard
really
him talking
good.
to
Yeah.
himself about apes just
Yeah.
the other day.
It's crazy, dude. It's crazy.
How the fuck did they get?
We've been talking conspiracies and shit for 25 minutes. What in the fuck is taking this fight so long?
And I'm sending the Pardon My American Boys a message tonight.
you are?
I got it typed out. So
Dude,
good.
do it good because I can't. That would literally be a legendary podcast. Like I listen
That'd
to
be so much
every
fun.
single one of theirs.
I
Well,
have
and
to
that's
sit in
what
on
I
that
said
one.
in the
Yes,
message.
do it.
Because I said, hey, look, like I recommended them to my brother. I recommended it to you, and you know.
They know me by name from
Yeah.
like when they first
They've called
started.
you
they're
out
like,
on the
"Oh, hey,
podcast.
Logan Knight." Yeah.
Yeah, they've
they
shouted you out a
shouted you
few
out.
times. I've seen it.
Yeah.
And like I haven't talked to him in months or anything. 'Cause if I try messaging him, I just feel bad because I'm one of the thousands of people
Yeah,
now.
everyone says
But like
it.
I still listen to literally every single episode.
Same here.
Like I was just listening to the Matt Flynn one
Did you
last
listen?
night.
Did you listen to the Enzo one?
Which one was that?
The Enzo, the wrestler, the WWE wrestler.
yeah,
Dude,
yeah.
when they started talking about the Nephilim and stuff like that, I was like, what in the fuck
Oh,
are they talking
Nephilim
about?
from the Bible?
Yeah, the
Nephilim?
Nephilim, the giants or the
I don't listen.
fallen
Hillary
angels.
Clinton
and all that.
Fallen angels, half human, half
It made
angels.
me watch a documentary explaining that. And this guy, this crazy guy, Trey Smith, shout out to him on fucking YouTube. He's got 1 trillion documentaries about the Bible and all these biblical stories and how they tie into modern day culture and stuff like that. And it just blew my fucking mind. I'm not saying I believe it or anything, but it was crazy when he was talking about the Nephilim and stuff.
I
like that.
will say a lot of their podcasts, like when they get deep in the conspiracy, I'm just like, okay, I don't even know. I don't know what the fuck's going on. I got to rewind a little bit.
Right.
I have to go back. 'Cause I'm like, a lot of the stuff, like, it's just crazy. I'm just like, dude, what?
Well, the thing was that the catalyst of that was this is real, 100%. You can Google this right now. WikiLeaks email, Hillary Clinton emailing someone in the Homeland Security Department. I want all documents pertaining to the resurrection tomb of Gilgamesh. And it was the resurrection tomb of Gilgamesh and the buried spots of the buried Nephilim or something like that. So Hillary Clinton sent this email to someone in Homeland Security asking for classified documents on Nephilim and the resurrection tomb
And
of
I
Gilgamesh.
looked up the videos that they were talking about on that podcast too.
That's
And
a
I was
real
like,
email.
Dude,
I've Googled.
He
I
was
looked it up.
breathing, like 100%.
That's crazy.
I was like, what?
He was what?
Wait, he was what? Breathing?
Yeah, on one of them, he was literally breathing.
Who?
The one in one of the tombs of the giants or whatever.
Oh,
One of the Nephilim? So
Yeah.
apparently there's video of them finding an Egyptian tomb, and supposedly it's a Nephilim on camera, and he's supposed to be a
yeah, it was like back in the
giant,
70s.
a
or something.
giant. Like who knows? It could have been anything.
Yeah.
but it's like it's still interesting. It's still fascinating.
And
stuff like that.
you can at least put like a visual representation of what they're talking about too.
Mm-hmm.
by
Well,
looking at
according
it.
to ancient biblical text, I believe the Nephilim were fallen angels,
Yes.
right? And then eventually, according to legend, they started breeding with humans.
No. I'm sorry. Nephilim were the offspring of the fallen angels that were breeding with the humans.
Breeding
actually.
with the humans,
And that's
okay.
why they say the Muslim culture covers their females is so the fallen angels wouldn't come down and fuck their wives.
Oh wow!
Yeah. So apparently all of
that's
this
heavy.
ties together. Like it's pretty crazy.
Wow.
Because apparently the fallen angels would come down, fuck your wife, and then she'd be pregnant, and then your son would be a Nephilim, a half god, half human.
Which would probably make sense for like, and I don't agree with that. It's all conspiracy.
Yeah, this is
theory.
all biblical
but,
weird
you know,
stuff.
That would make sense with Greek mythology as well, where you talk about these half gods like
demigods like Hercules and
there
all
we
these,
go.
all these so many others. Perseus,
Percy Jackson, and the Olympians.
Percy Jackson, exactly.
There are deep ties, like culturally with like history and stuff that I do wonder about, but it's like, I don't know. I think it's more like fun fan fiction. I don't necessarily believe in any of it, but it is interesting, and there are deep roots, there are deep ties that we have as a society and like tribalistically. You know, we even deal with it today again with politics. With like, are you on this team or are you on this team? Oh, you're not on either team. Well, fuck you, and you get barraged by both sides. You know, we still like as advanced as we are as human beings in civilization, like we still cling to these old archaic tribalistic tendencies.
We're still in the middle of a holy war right now.
Yeah.
We kind of have to though, because like that's like we're literally meant to be in like groups of 100, like a tribe of like 100.
Yeah.
Because like that's when there was something I think it was Joe Rogan, one of the 1,000 episodes.
Yeah.
He was talking about like how the perfect number of like a village or group of people is 100, and any more, and
it
it's
goes
not
back
as
to
good.
Yeah, you're right, and it goes back to like remembering names, remembering faces. Like there's a certain limit, and then you start to forget people until they get reimagined in your life. Mm-hmm. Yeah,
and like but I love like that kind of stuff, like because it's just like human nature and like Joe Rogan, he always talks about all that.
He
stuff.
does. He always has interesting guests. Yeah,
like topics, all that.
The thing is, though, with Rogan, I haven't listened to him in the last week just because, like, politics and stuff. Like,
I pick and choose my episodes now.
Yeah, I'm so invested right now into, like, what's going on in our country. You know, as far as, like, what I believe, like, it's a long shot. Like, love him or hate him, it's a long shot. But again, like, never count that guy out.
I'm 100% Trump supporter. By now, I don't think it's going to happen.
Yeah.
I think they're secretly preparing to just drop the bomb. Whatever they got.
I got a question for you, though. What do you think about the election in 2024? Do you think Trump is going to run?
Honestly, I don't think
he'll be 78.
I don't think he'll be healthy.
Yeah.
And if he is, then I think it's kind of a long shot. This is I don't want to cough into the mic.
Oh, you're fine.
But I think it's a long shot, but I'd prefer Ivanka or Donald Trump Jr. Because like,
can I be honest with you though? And I don't know anything about Donald Trump Jr., but he looks like a guy straight out of the fucking Purge.
Donald Trump
with his nice looking hairdo, and like I feel like he's like the evil.
He looks like Trump Jr.
Donald Trump Jr. though, his likability is a lot higher than Donald Trump Sr.
Is it really?
Yeah.
Wow.
I agree with that, actually.
And he will get the Gen Z vote by his memes alone.
Dude, you guys
Does
think
he post memes?
You guys laughed at
Hell
me.
yeah.
Does he really?
Hell yeah.
Dude,
He'll post the man on the street videos and all that too.
There was a study saying that Gen Z is actually leaning more right.
They voted Trump in this last election. They all did.
You will not see that on TikTok though.
Of course not. No.
Because TikTok hates Trump.
Well, they're a Chinese-ran company.
Well, but there are very pro-Trump videos on TikTok.
Not as much now that an American company bought them.
Right. Well, Microsoft, Bill Gates, but Bill Gates hates Trump too. So.
I will say their algorithm, I love their algorithm.
Yeah.
Because now I've been on it for like a week. They only give me shit I want to see.
Really?
Yeah. Like I love it. Like I like military videos, gun videos, and dumb little comedy videos.
To like what you like.
That is the only shit. If I went now, if I like dogs for a week straight, only videos of dogs, I will only have videos of dogs.
Yeah.
Like they only give you what you want, and I will admit I like that.
Yeah.
And Brock blows up on TikTok.
Yeah, he does.
Like he goes off.
How many millions of people does he have?
Yeah, we need to
1
get
million
fucking a TikTok account. I've been thinking about that too because like you said
Bro,
earlier,
you can run it. I don't trust that shady ass corporation.
No, fuck that.
Part of my American does not do well on TikTok.
Oh, really?
No, dude.
Well, I mean, now that the election's over, he probably will.
I mean, we
Or
don't
they
talk
probably will.
politics unless
Well,
it's
that's the thing
fight
is
companions.
now.
anyway.
Oh, fight
It's
companions,
now.
yeah.
It's now when the elections, when the censorship is going to be at its highest point.
Zapped?
It's going to be
Oh,
right
dude,
now.
they're censoring
Zapped
everything.
with Mike Maneri or something like that. The guy who does the funny commentary over football videos.
I'm sorry, guys.
Wait
We,
for what?
we have to stop with the political conversation.
Oh, okay.
Oh, we're all
This
good. I'll
fucking
watch
fight
Mike
is on
Tyson.
right now.
Oh,
It
it's
just
on.
started.
It's actually happening.
A 1 minute, 53
Wow.
seconds, 52, 51 countdown. Mike is going for it right off the bat, dude.
Yeah, he is.
He just doesn't give a fuck. Roy
2-minute rounds, though.
Roy
Wow.
looks thick, dude.
Oh, they're doing 8 rounds.
This is
No
like the
way.
grudge match.
That says 1 of 8, man. They
What?
said
When did
fuck
they
the
change
6.
that? They're like, fuck it.
I hope they changed it.
I mean,
Oh
this
my
says
God,
it.
Tyson is coming at him.
Dude, he's coming at him hard.
Are you kidding me or what?
I'm not gonna lie, dude. Tyson, I think his fucking photos on
Roy
Instagram
is
looked
looking.
he's looking
looking a little
thick. He's
scared.
looking fat.
Yeah.
He's looking a little fat. We'll see if he could, because Roy, he was like the Floyd Mayweather. He's a defensive fighter. He likes to, duck and dive, shake. I'm talking like I know boxing, but I don't.
Bro.
We just got hit with a left hook right there.
And Mike
Here's the thing,
Tyson's
though.
10 pounds heavier, too.
It is so fucking cool for us though, who are like in our mid 20s to young 20s. That we are able to watch Mike Tyson fight, like because we've only been able to watch highlight reels, the old fights with Holyfield and Buster Douglas. Like this right here is history, man. Like whether or not it's an expedition, it's not a real fight. Like this is Tyson right here, man, and we got to watch him live. How special is that?
Fantastic.
we were talking about this before we started. I was literally just watching Mike Tyson videos last night on YouTube.
Oh, dude, yeah.
Like him with Muhammad Ali, like they were just sitting there BSing. I think Roy Jones was on the couch too. They're just sitting there BSing, having a good time talking. And Muhammad Ali said Mike Tyson would beat him in his prime. And then Mike Tyson
think so,
turned
too.
and looked at him, and he was like, "Nah, this guy's a legend. He'd take me." And
Maybe that would be that was essentially what we're kind of seeing because Roy Jones Jr. is that Muhammad Ali like kind of guy, just makes people miss. But I mean, obviously, there's levels to this. Muhammad Ali is
he
considered one of
definitely
the
doesn't
greatest
have the
of all
same footwork back when he
Yeah.
was in his 20s.
time. Yeah.
And here's the thing,
this is
like,
interesting.
The fact that these two, Roy Jones Jr. and Mike Tyson, like, yeah, the pay-per-view was a little steep at $50, but they're two fucking legends of the sport. Like, whether or not you're a boxing fan or not, like, this is an iconic moment in history, in sports history.
Yeah.
And granted, the last fight was kind of garbage. We can all admit that.
Yeah,
We did get to see Jake Paul step in the ring.
of course. And
Granted, I don't like the guy. I
Well,
would've
and they
preferred the
fucking
loss,
waited
but-
a whole hour in between that fight to start this one.
Yeah.
Like, fucking just start it, dude. Okay, Snoop Dogg was rapping for at least 30 minutes there. Like, I'm not even joking. Like, he was literally on
he
stage
was.
forever.
He definitely was.
At least it wasn't a fucking Tyson Fury walkout where each walkout took 25 minutes.
But luckily, we had some shit to talk about. That's a good
Honestly.
thing.
Well, they're both in their 50s. They both walk out in wheelchairs.
Yeah, they got carted out.
Or
Just
they
to
might-
the ring, they got carted out.
They might save that for after.
Yeah, well, let's see. I mean, Roy Jones Jr. said he wants to take Mike Tyson into the later rounds. He was pissed off that it
Ooh,
was 6
big body
rounds, and
shot.
now that it is 8, maybe that is to his advantage. We will see. I mean, they're clinching, dude. They're just clinching right now.
Yeah,
I mean,
you know,
we're 145,
I'm
144.
I'm a
into
lot
the second.
happier that that right now that it's 8 rounds instead of 6 with the 2 minutes. Now, if it would have been 3 minutes, 6 rounds, I would have got that. But when they shortened
Yes.
the rounds to 2 minutes and then said only 6, I was like, come on.
Yes, I
that
100%
seems
agree. That's
way
what
too
the women
short.
do. And Roy Jones Jr. came out and said people were saying he was being sexist because he was saying this. But he's like, that's what the women fight at. He goes, we're fucking men. We're professionals. We know what the fuck we're doing. We know what we're getting ourselves into.
Yeah.
This is a fight.
And I think 8 rounds is fine, man. At 2 minutes, I'm fine with that.
Yeah, because they're gonna get gassed after 4.
Yeah. I mean, they're both they're both in their 50s.
Yeah,
so
and
it's like-
Roy Jones Jr. looks like, I'm not gonna lie, I'm trying not to be disrespectful, but he does look like he is literally coming off the couch on this.
I don't know, man. He doesn't look too bad. He's
he's-
throwing that jab out there. He's moving
He's thick,
around.
dude. But that's just skill. He's thick though. He doesn't look like he's in as good a shape as Mike Tyson right now.
But bro,
even
give
Mike
the
doesn't look
motherfucker.
like-
Hey, look, man. When you turn 54, you can talk some more shit about Roy Jones Jr.
True,
brother.
because I
It's
mean,
like,
well, right now he's in better shape than I am. Right.
Yeah.
I
like
will
he's-
say with these guys though, like granted, or with all their professional, like all the years of knowledge and everything, and then being 50, these guys know their body better than anyone,
Oh, absolutely.
and like they know like what they can and can't do. because they probably trained for a while.
Yeah, and Mike
'Cause
Tyson.
They're not trying to put their reputation on the line and get a loss.
Absolutely. Mike Tyson came out on Ariel Helwani's podcast and said that, yes, I definitely feel a difference between this fight camp and my last fight camp. He goes, I definitely feel it on the body. He goes, it's an obvious.
yeah.
He says it's there. He goes, I could definitely tell I'm 54 years old or whatever the fuck.
Well,
he is.
and here's the thing: is this a Fury Wilder kind of fight? No,
No,
of course not.
that's
But
not
these
what we're
guys are not
expecting.
embarrassing the sport right now. I mean, they're throwing, they're connecting. Tyson's connecting. Roy
To the
Jones.
body.
Ooh.
Yeah, went
And
to
who
the body.
doesn't want to see two old guys going at it?
Well, two legends. Literally legends
Legends
like
of
Roy
the
Jones
sport.
Jr. Nobody talks about how he's not in the GOAT conversation. It's always Muhammad Ali, Mike Tyson, a couple other guys that you can name. But Roy Jones Jr. needs to be considered in that because, dude, he was so fucking good. He won the heavyweight title. I think it was at like 200 pounds or something like that.
Which is
crazy.
wild
And he
at
moved up
heavyweight.
like 3 or 4 weight classes to get there. It's crazy. The guy was an absolute savage. He was just better than everybody.
Just wait till the next Rocky movie when he's taking on the Russian again.
True.
Classic.
I can't wait for that.
Cold War II.
I mean, do they make this time? I mean, we haven't heard any news about this. It's been Tyson Fury, Deontay Wilder 3, then that never has happened.
That's
They're
not
making
gonna
Tyson
happen,
Fury
bro.
versus fucking, what's his name? Anthony Joshua.
Anthony Joshua. That's the fight I'd like to see.
But
Fury
when?
Joshua.
They need
Bro,
to sell
the thing
tickets
is,
for that
with,
fight,
with
don't
COVID
they?
and stuff, that's the thing that sucks about boxing in Tabor. That's why we are the church of MMA, because Dana White is the greatest president of all time in any organization, and he will make shit happen. Whoa, they just switched it 3 of 6, so it is 6 rounds.
Yeah, that's what I thought. It was
Damn,
weird that they were
that
saying
sucks.
it. So 147 into the third.
Ah, that's brutal. We were
Clerk
just
clinching.
talking that whole time.
Yeah. Yeah, that is brutal. That's why I thought it was weird. Like I didn't understand that it was.
But I mean, again, like I'm not hating on it. Like they're
Yeah,
they're both in their 50s. So
yeah. Well,
Are you guys ever going to do a Barstool one?
Barstool.
Yeah, the I forget what it's called. Their boxing thing.
They have a boxing thing.
Yeah, they do. It's all the amateur people. Bill Burr was on it.
I have
Oh,
no idea.
really?
Yeah.
It sounds interesting.
I mean,
I
yeah,
love
we probably do it if we could.
Barstool. Those
That
guys
was
are
below
fucking
the
hilarious.
belt there. That was below the belt.
Taking a point. We're taking a point.
Taking a point.
We're taking a point
In an
away from the
exhibition
scorecard
match.
that doesn't exist. There are no winners anyways, but we're taking a point. They're both getting belts.
Oh, it was called Rough and Rowdy.
Rough and rowdy.
Oh, okay. I think I have heard of that. They were like
Yeah.
they started off as big parties and they fucking grew over the years. I love those Barstool guys. Those guys are fucking hilarious, dude. I wish they got more into MMA. They do all these different types of podcasts. We need a fucking platform, Barstool. Shout out to them. I know they're not listening, but we need a platform, guys. Hit us up.
Yeah, just hit up El Presidente.
El Presidente. We just gotta chop a clip that's fucking hilarious, makes a guy laugh, and I swear to God, he'll probably message us
Big body
He's,
shot
he's
there
the
by
type
Tyson.
of guy to like
to do stuff
Yeah.
like that, and he's done that. He's found so many podcasts. That chick podcast, what's that podcast? That they have a Barstool, you know what I'm talking about. Those
Yeah, I
Those
know
two
what you're
super
talking
hot
about,
chicks
yeah.
that just talk about. Yeah, so last night
Call her daddy.
Call her daddy.
Call her my
I sucked this
daddy.
guy's dick last night, and he came in my mouth without even saying anything. What a
Cluck
fucking
Cluck
dick, piece of
3000.
shit, rapist. Huh?
Gluck Gluck 3000.
What's that?
Double-handed blowjob.
Oh, yeah. Well, that's essentially their entire podcast. They had 2 episodes, and then they got picked up by Barstool, and they were all making 6 figures within 2 months.
Hold on, that's
Yeah.
all
And
they
then-
talk about is just sucking dick.
Yeah, so I went on this blind
it's a
date the other
college
day,
girl.
and this guy, he totally stuck my thumb in my asshole, and I did not say he could. What the fuck? That's their podcast.
Okay, you over exaggerating.
No, I'm dead serious.
No.
Because we might get sued for defamation here if that's really.
Call her daddy.
No, that's literally
Look it
them.
up.
They're college girls. They don't give a fuck.
So why do people tune in if they're just literally talking about their last?
They're
sexual-
hot. They're girls.
They're super hot.
Yeah.
That's so wild.
They're hot girls and they're
Strange to
in
me.
college.
I know, but
Literally
even if they're hot,
3
like I don't care.
It's
to
a
hear-
girls podcast.
It was like
Oh,
3
it's a
episodes,
girls'
and they got
podcast.
picked up by Barstool, dude. And it was a big deal. They got made a fuck ton of money right off the bat.
Wow, that's wild.
and
It's
then
wild.
they
Didn't they
tried
s-
renegotiating their contract.
Yeah, and
Bunch
it
of
turned
shit
into a
happened.
big fucking ordeal, dude, because they were like asking for way too much money. This one bitch got her head got way too big. She was fucking some HBO executive.
Allegedly,
And then El Presidente.
No, 100% true. This is confirmed.
Yeah.
got to be careful. I
No,
just wanna make sure.
no,
I don't want to fact check you
100%.
right now because
No,
I'm trying to watch
Dave
this
Portnoy-
fight.
100% true.
Dave Portnoy went on the RSF feed or whatever and put him on blast.
Oh, really?
Yeah, Dave
Yeah,
Portnoy
this
was
whole
freaking out
issue
over it.
is already done and over. They've already worked it out.
Yeah,
and
this was
everything.
months ago.
4 of 8. Now it's going back to 4 minutes. Is it fucking 6 rounds or 8 rounds?
Just tell me the
It
truth.
depends.
what's going
They
on.
need a win for a certain guy in Vegas.
136 in the fourth.
That's
Could
a
you
legend.
imagine?
That
Could you
one's a
imagine if
legend.
they're like, "Yeah, we're going 2 more rounds. Fuck it. Our guy's down 4-2 on the scorecard."
Probably wouldn't be the first time.
No, probably wouldn't be. Nor the last.
All right, I'm sorry. I'm going to say it here pretty soon.
What?
The Jake Paul fight was better.
No, are you kidding me? Bro, have some respect, man. This is not a bad fight. I mean, yeah, they're doing a lot of clinching, but
That's the problem. It's boxing and they're clinching.
is he wearing Kobe Bryant boxing gloves? Did I see 24 on those bad boys?
Man,
If so, respect. R.I.P. Kobe.
Well, I watched a video on him last night too.
They're purple and gold too. I wonder. I'm trying to peek at him.
maybe. I don't know.
I mean, I don't know why the hell he would.
Mice
Unless
and
he
all
knew-
Why the hell
Unless he
wouldn't he?
knew. Yeah, unless he knew Kobe, but nah, they're probably not. Just
I mean, he's literally wearing purple and gold everything.
yeah, that is true. Yeah,
Ooh, those body shots are pretty nasty.
Reminded me of the video with the bag.
Right? I mean, if there's a list of people you'd never want to get punched by ever, it's probably Mike Tyson's at the top, right?
yeah.
Him and maybe Francis Ngannou.
Ngannou's. Well, I mean,
He might be above
Tyson in his
Tyson.
prime or Ngannou in his prime.
I mean, pick your
I'd still
poison. You're
probably
getting
go with
KO'd
Ngannou.
one punch either time.
if I-
Ngannou's huge, man.
If I had to be punched by any fighter, like any heavyweight fighter, it'd be Brock Lesnar just for the opportunity to meet him. I love that guy.
Do you really?
I'm gonna have a Bud
him
Light,
since day
not a
one.
Coors
Top of
Light,
my- yeah.
because they ain't fucking paying me, and then I'm gonna get on top of my wife. It's the greatest fucking post-fight interview of all time.
Tell me
That shit
it's
was
not.
funny.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was
It was
so
fun.
pissed.
That
I was
one-
so triggered.
That
after
one
fight.
or the one in your guys, the Conor McGregor. I'd like to apologize. To
yeah,
Absolutely
that was a
nobody.
good one too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like, hell yeah.
And it was so funny too because like if you watch that video, I laugh my ass off every single time I watch that video because he goes, "I'd like to apologize," and then he grabs the mic with both hands. To absolutely fucking nobody. And he's like, his face changes so much. It's
Or the
just
Derek
funniest
Lewis
fucking
one.
thing.
I
My
need to
balls
balls
are
get
hot.
my fat ass to do some more cardio.
Cardio.
I was like, bro, I relate to that every
Yeah,
day
for
after
real,
conditioning.
dude.
That's
I got a wedding.
single-handedly.
I got a wedding, boys, in 8 months. I got to get my ass in shape. I got to lose literally 70 pounds in 8 months.
Good luck, bro.
Thanks, man. I'm starting the stair stepper tomorrow.
I need to lose like 100 pounds ASAP.
Yeah, bro, for real. And it's crazy. I've done this 4 times now in my life where I'm like 175 pounds. I've got a 6-pack, and then I put on literally 100 pounds. I don't get it.
I need to
It's
just go back to
I'm
my
the way I
freshman
am.
diet of fucking tuna.
Yeah, that's what. Yeah, literally, dude. Tuna is
Tuna
like
and
the
chicken
greatest
breast,
protein.
then some fucking rice and some fucking green beans.
You know what I think Mike Tyson needs to do right
that?
now? Is try to punch to the head.
Oh, I thought you were going to say smoke a blunt.
No, he needs to try punch to the head. He's like exclusively going to the body.
Yeah, but they said no knockouts.
Yeah, but he even said he came out. He's like, oh, I don't give a fuck.
Well, yeah, but you got to sell the
How
fight,
can you
man.
not knock someone out?
You got to sell the fight. You got to sell the fight. And,
yeah, but
and
it's-
the thing is, dude, like these guys are in their 50s. They're trying to raise money for charity. It's one of those things where like Tyson might come out and say he's trying to take his head off, but he's got an agreement with Roy Jones Jr. and his manager saying, hey, like I might hit you a couple times in the head, but I'm going to go to the body a lot.
They got too much respect for each other.
Yeah, and I'm fine with that. I was not expecting some like heavyweight championship fight tuning into this. Like what I
Taking his
expected
head
is
off
what
or
I'm
nothing.
getting. Yeah. And like this is still an entertaining fight. It's still a great fight. And I can see Roy Jones Jr. and Mike Tyson fight. Like I never got to see that. I was 9 years old or 8 years old when Mike Tyson and Roy Jones Jr. retired. Like I don't remember anything. I sat on Uncle Ron's lap and watched one boxing match. I don't remember any of it. So it's like it's still like I don't know. For me, it's historic. Like that we're even able to watch this. Like we even get to see these two in the ring. It's a beautiful thing.
The only fight I ever remember when I was little, it was Anderson Silva. He was doing a little crawl into the fucking octagon.
That's
Then he kicked some guy's ass, and everyone was pissed because they all hated Anderson Silva. And he was
Must
a
have been
cocky
that
little
Vitor
fucker.
Belfort fight.
Yeah, because
when he kicked him in the
went
face.
and he was like, he did his like pay respect, bow, and all
Mm-hmm.
that. And everyone's like, oh, now he's showing respect. What a piece of shit. It's like, what? Not going to show respect before the fight.
Yeah,
Kick his ass, then pay respect.
exactly.
Because I love Anderson Silva now. But when I was little, I hated him.
Did you hear he just, he's
He was
45.
retired.
Yeah. He's retired
he
from
didn't
the
retire,
UFC. Yeah, he didn't
but
retire from the UFC.
He got
but-
released.
Yeah, he got released from the UFC. Did you hear Bellator doesn't, Scott Coker has no interest in Anderson Silva.
Good.
So they're moving over to Ryzen, and Ryzen said there is a spot open for him.
Of
So we'll
course.
see. We'll see what happens there.
Japan's like, fuck it, we'll get that
let him
Yakuza money.
fight, but will I pay money to see it?
Right, and that's
I don't know.
kind of
It's
where
just
I'm at.
sad.
I agree with you in principle, where it's like you have to allow someone to make their own decisions, but
If
at
he
the same
doesn't,
time,
like, he needs to be able to live with it. And like, if that's what he wants to do, it's like being a cop. If he wants to be a cop, even though
Right.
someone could easily take advantage of him, or no, that's actually a lot different. Then
No,
everyone
but
else's
I mean, it's
safety's
still
in the line. but-
right. But I get what you're saying in your principle, what the point that you're trying to make, where it's like, is it a dangerous job? Absolutely. But again, you shouldn't step in and intervene in someone's life and say, hey, you're not allowed to do this.
Unless it's like literally his body, he will literally die.
Right, of course.
Which honestly, he is getting to that point where if he's going against a 21-year-old, that 21-year-old needs to prove himself and make it.
Right. But you know, Lug, we just watched that fight with Uriah Hall, who's top 10 in the world in the middleweight division. And, Anderson Silva did not look bad. Did he look slower than the prime Anderson Silva?
Yeah.
Yes, he did. But what I will say in that fight is he did not look terrible. Now, if they match him up with other guys who are old and we start doing legendary fights, I'm okay with that. I really am. So if
like a GSP.
well, I don't know. That's a tall order. I mean, but again, like
Yeah,
GSP
but I
would
just
be
remember
all right.
back in the day, I was like,
that was the fight we
those
all
two.
wanted to see. Yep. If
And
GSP could have
he
went
is-
up.
How old is he now?
my
Like,
God.
is he 40?
Well,
39.
GSP didn't
39.
want that fight. GSP didn't want Anderson, and Anderson didn't want John Jones. So it's like there was two super fights we got fucking robbed
know.
of
I
right there.
remember it was one of the first of John Jones fight. I was sitting on the fucking floor in the living room watching him, and I was like, oh, I really like this guy. And then nowadays, I'm like, dude, I fucking hate this guy.
Yeah, I know. You remember I almost got Philippians 4:13 on my chest the same way John Jones. I was such a big John Jones fan as a kid growing up. And then like he just disappointed me time after time after time. And then like he doesn't really take accountability for anything he does. And it's just like it's baffling. I thought they weren't doing scorecards. Didn't
I don't
you
know.
hear something
Well,
like
this
that?
is the sixth round, so if this ends and the fight's over right here, I'm gonna be super fucking disappointed.
Really?
Honestly, this
didn't
is
think
not
it
a
was
good
all-
fight.
I didn't think it was
I didn't
all
think
that
it was a good
bad.
fight at all.
I didn't think
A
it was
lot
all
of the
that
time
bad.
they're clinched up. It's not what I expected.
Yeah. But I mean, what do you expect? They're two 50-year-old men.
I just wanted that. I just wanted it to be a real fight. I wanted it to be a competitive fight, and it's. I mean, I guess it is that, but it's.
I will say, I do
That's
like
not
the
what I want.
lights. So
No,
then
it
they have
looks-
a
it might be
visual
going 8 rounds.
representation of when to stop.
Yeah,
It might be going 8 rounds. They're sitting.
yeah, they're sitting. It must be going 8.
We going 7 and 8.
I mean,
boys?
they changed it twice.
They
so
keep changing it. We don't know what the
they
fuck's
don't
going
know.
on.
They're like, well, let's just
This-
see if it makes it to 6, and then we'll go 8 if it
I
does.
actually think they're going 12.
Speaking
Look
of
at-
this,
look at the
bro,
money
I
line.
know the money line, 3,335
To a plus
favorite,
one- to a plus
to a
1100.
for Roy
Jesus.
Jones Jr.
It's crazy.
This is all but over, folks. But did you see? Man, they were having some fucking problems at the weigh-in in the.
He's got a number
face-offs.
8 on his gloves.
Oh yeah, so it is a Kobe thing. It's got to be
He
a Kobe
He
thing,
probably has
brother.
24 on the other then.
Yeah. Okay, so it is for Kobe. And I mean, rest in peace, Kobe. Like, fuck, dude. 2020 has just been horrible. Like, legitimately, I grew up my whole life hating Kobe Bryant for the simple fact that he played the Blazers and always beat them. But, like, dude, the second Kobe retired in his last year, I have so much insurmountable respect for Kobe and what he was able to do in the NBA. It's so fucking sad. It's so sad that guy died, and especially his daughter being on that helicopter, man. That
I hated Kobe Bryant until Lil Wayne released a song, Kobe Bryant.
yeah, and then you're like,
Then I was like, all right, this guy ain't too bad.
damn, good body combination there by Tyson.
And then right to the clinch.
Hey, they're separating them. Tabor, you're being a little bit of a negative Nancy here, all right?
Not impressed.
What do you mean you're not impressed? These boys are taking shots.
I predict these teams.
Fuck, wrong one.
Yeah,
I'm not impressed by your performance.
Yeah, that one.
oh, come on.
Who was that?
To both of them, honestly, I'm just not impressed.
Tabor, I just think you don't watch enough boxing.
I guess
think
that's the
your
truth.
problem.
That's the
Honestly,
truth, yeah.
I watch some boxing. I don't watch a lot of boxing, but I watch boxing whenever it's on.
No,
This
and
is
this is
boxing,
why I
man.
hate boxing. This is why I hate it.
Yeah, but
honestly.
it's scoring points. It's a lot different than MMA. You're not looking for a lot of finishes. I mean, that's why I think Tyson was so incredible in his prime.
Yeah, because he was finishing everybody.
Finishing motherfuckers, and he was finishing them in the first round, in the first 30 seconds of the first round. Where it's like boxing, you're typically going the distance. You're going deep into murky waters in the 10th, 11th round if it's a championship fight. But like Mike Tyson changed the game, baby. Like he was knocking guys out in the first 30 seconds. So
Yeah.
I mean, I get your point.
I guess that's what I was expecting. 30-second knockout.
Yeah.
From my years and years and years of like studying boxing, doing boxing, all that, this actually ain't that terrible of a fight.
Yeah, I don't think it's that bad, man. I really don't. Like, I mean, dude, and it's so hard. Imagine being 50 plus years old and then going out there for 8 rounds. Look at the way they're moving. They're still moving. They're not gassed. I mean, it's not to a point where they're not throwing shots or anything. Like, look at Tyson. He's moving. Roy Jones Jr. is moving. Like, we got one more round, and these boys are still, throwing shots. And, you got to look at the rules, too, and the stipulations of no knockouts, quote, unquote. And I know Tyson said he was going to come out and take his head off. But, look at Tyson right now.
He's gassed, dude. He's not. He's feeling it.
He's all right.
And I do gotta tell for all the listeners, I never studied boxing. And I got a weird sense of humor.
Yeah, it was funny.
I just have to make sure people
No,
know
you're
that.
good, bro. Yeah. We did spar a few times though back in the day. That was fun.
Yeah, for like a month or two, but I don't know jack shit.
He's
I'd
like,
get my ass
"Motherfucker."
kicked by anyone who's done boxing.
Bro, I'm
or
telling
even
you,
people who haven't.
I was going and training MMA and like jiu-jitsu and stuff before this whole COVID-19, and then the gym shut down. They were charging people $100 a month while we weren't at the gym, and then I was like, well, I got to cancel. Like I can't afford that if I'm not going. And like as soon as all this COVID shit is over, and like I can know for a fact that I can go back to a fucking gym consistently, I'm gonna go back and train. But it's like until
It's never
then,
gonna end, dude. That's
I
the
know.
problem.
That's the thing. They want to keep us completely submitted.
And it never. I really don't see it ending unless something drastic happens, which it could. We could something drastic could happen, but who knows?
Would you see? I guess the courts. I don't know what courts, but they did not certify Pennsylvania. There's something going on in Pennsylvania.
Well, that's just election, but I mean coronavirus. Like they Cuomo lost a big lawsuit in the Supreme Court of New York or something like that.
Yeah.
About coronavirus lockdown. So I don't know. We'll see. It's making me nervous.
Yeah, it is.
Yeah.
It really is.
His shots don't look like they've slowed down.
Damn,
No.
was Tyson about to throw a kick?
I mean, there's
Sure,
1
why
minute
not?
left in
Yeah,
this
I
whole
think he was
fight.
just messing with them.
It's like head kick, fucking KO. That'd be crazier than the Holyfield ear bite off.
Just head kicks.
Yeah, just head kicks, knockout.
Fuck it.
Tyson's on the floor. What the fuck?
They're like, yeah, he still won.
I honestly hope in the post-fight interview they pretend to bite his ear.
Body shots, clinch work.
Yeah, man, I got to say, for 8 rounds, for being both 50 years old, I know you have a different opinion, Tabor, but this really was not a bad fight. I thought they both showed out pretty well. Again, they're 50. They're 50 years old. Look at them. They're still going at it.
Yeah, I guess
They're
I was just expecting Zhang Wei Li versus Joanna Jędrzejczyk. I
you
guess
can't.
I was expecting Dustin Poirier versus Dan Hooker. I guess I just can't expect that.
Honestly, it's not honestly, I like this just as much as I like the Conor McGregor Floyd.
Yeah. Yeah, it's a spectacle. That's what this is. It's a spectacle and nothing more than that.
Yeah, I
obviously, are these two legends going to go fight for a heavyweight belt? Absolutely fucking not. But are they going to go out there and have some fun at 50 plus years old and spar each other and box and put on an entertaining show? I thought they did just that. I'm pretty impressed overall. And I mean, fuck, dude, it's iconic. It is historical that we are able to watch these two go at it in a ring.
Especially during COVID when shit was all shut down 2 months ago.
Like, thank you to Roy Jones Jr. and thank you to Mike Tyson, like, for making this thing happen. Like, and how cool is it, too, that Mike Tyson donates everything? Like, he doesn't want any money for this, nothing. He's raising money for charity. Like, that is fucking cool.
Yeah, it's cool for him.
That is so cool, man. Like, Mike Tyson, I listened to Mike Tyson Hotboxing, that podcast, and like how
Great
drastically, it's a great podcast, man, and how drastically Mike Tyson's changed his life ever since the Toad. He always talks about the Toad. But I don't know, man. Like, I listen to Tyson, and like he's done such a drastic change in his life. He's really a beautiful human being. Like for all the shit that he has gone through and all the demons that he's had to face, and just hearing him and the way he's talked about his childhood and his upbringing, being one of the youngest heavyweight champion of all time in boxing, like that is a lot of pressure on a human being.
Yeah,
like imagine being 20 and owning the world. Heavyweight is the biggest. That's the biggest weight class. Like you were the biggest badass on the face of planet Earth. And you're 20 and you had a rough upbringing. Like you have the world in front of you. You're worth millions of dollars. Like, and to be able to like change, like in this next chapter in Mike Tyson's life, to be able to like donate millions of dollars to charity, to do all these really like beautiful things. Like I just love it. I love this, man.
Yeah. And especially on Hotboxing when he talks about his childhood and all the shit he went through, then being, hypnotized before fights and all that. Mm-hmm. Just like a bunch of just crazy stories, like Joey Diaz type stories.
Yep.
And it's just like, holy crap. Like this guy's been through
the ringer
so much, and then to become a champion, and then to do everything he's done, and then to be such a phenomenal actor in The Hangover.
Man, those were funny.
Yeah. Owning tigers at like fucking 25 years old.
There's a lot of stories on Hotboxing too of Tyson where he's talking about, he's like, man, I was a crazy motherfucker, man. He's like, I was having all these tigers and shit, and I was just in there. He's like, I was the heavyweight champion of the world. I didn't give a fuck. I thought I could take on this fucking tiger. You want me to go in this? You want me to go in this fucking cage now with these tigers? There's no fucking way I'm gonna take on these tigers. But like, it's crazy because he used to think at like 21 years old when he owned tigers, he was like, yeah, I go into the cage with them. I don't give a fuck. I can fuck them up. I'm the heavyweight champion of the world.
Didn't he say he could beat up a silverback?
Yes.
Yeah.
Like he had insurmountable confidence in himself that like he was he was a god. He was a god. He talks about that. I was a fucking god.
He was Goliath in a world of Davids until David beat the shit out of him.
And you know Tyson's serious when he starts whispering in the mic. He starts, I was a fucking god, man. He does that in the hot box with him and his
he doesn't even need to assert himself. He just whispers.
Doesn't. Yeah, he whispers. And that's when you know he's serious. You better shut the fuck up and listen to Tyson when he starts whispering.
The quietest person in the room when all the shit's going down, that's one you need to be worried about.
Yeah, exactly. Snoop Dogg on the commentary. Israel Adesanya on the commentary. Look at him. Looking fly as shit with that bow tie. I'm
surprised smoke isn't piling up right
I know.
I'm surprised he's not just smoking a joint right now.
2 blunts, just smoking.
You just see him reach down, lifts up a fucking ball.
I mean, is it over? Did they already announce the winner? I guess there was no winner, so I guess so.
Yeah, there is no winner.
I think the tie.
So I guess it's a draw.
It is a draw.
Well, legends.
I think the charity won, actually.
Yeah. I wonder what charity they're going to.
And that's cool. And I'll have to look that up and see what this money's going to. But, you know, I was listening to Mike Tyson, too, and he goes, I don't want the money. He goes, that's all egotistical shit. You know, and obviously I'm not quoting Mike Tyson verbatim, word for word, but I'm giving you essence of what he's talking about. Yeah. So I'm not quoting him word for word verbatim. But he basically says, you know, like, I don't want my ego to get in the way ever again when I fight. He goes, if I do this again, he goes, I just want to raise money. I want to raise charity for all these good organizations who need help and money. He goes, I'm set. I'm fine. I'm doing okay. You know, he goes, I just want to raise money for all these for all these charities. And that way my ego doesn't get in the way when I get into the ring. And I'm like, man, that's so beautiful. Yeah. Like think about someone who loves something so much that you can get in midway through your 50s. You're going to get into a ring and fight for nothing but the love of the sport. That's fucking beautiful. That's what movies are made of.
That's what coaches do every day.
With the way this fight played out, I wouldn't be shocked if he has another.
Well, yeah, I think so too, man.
Why not?
And
another $10 million for charity.
Yeah, it's a great thing that he's doing, and I was entertained with this fight. I don't care what people say afterwards. I know people are probably going to talk shit online because they're miserable assholes who have probably never trained for a fight in their lives, have no idea the work that these two probably put into this. But God bless them. God bless them both. Pretty fucking cool, but fuck you, Jake Paul. You're still an asshole. But congratulations on the win. Hey, you got a hell of a knockout. That was sick. That was fucking, love him or hate him, that was a great knockout. That was a great overhand right.
Anyone that's stepping into a fight.
Absolutely.
As long as you're not pulling out weapons or being a bitch.
For sure.
All right, before we end this, Logan, shout outs. You got to plug yourself, right?
Brock Murray YouTube, Brock Murray TikTok. That's about it.
Brock Murray
Absolutely.
YouTube,
Go check out Brock Murray.
TikTok. Check
Logan
him out.
is their official videographer. He runs the camera behind the scenes. You'll see him in snippets of the video. But guys, before we go, you got to check out that channel because they do pranks, and their pranks are fucking hilarious. Go check out the oversized shoe video. There's a lot of Simp Patrol. They've really coined and branded Simp Patrol. It is fucking hilarious stuff. Their channel's growing. You got to go check them out. It is worth the subscribe. So shout out to Brock and Logan.
Comment, send us messages. We'll do whatever you guys want.
Absolutely.
Within the fines of the law.
Yeah.
that video you guys made where you walked into the knife store was talking to that guy
Dude,
about
that
the
shit was
prices
so
and shit
funny.
like that.
Oh, yeah.
And Brock's like, I'll pay you $400. And the guy's like, the knife's $200, dude. He's like, $300.
Or the helmet.
Yeah,
He's
the
like-
helmet.
He's like, no. He's like, why would I pay 10 times the amount?
That
He
guy
goes,
hasn't.
I wasn't telling you that.
guy's never seen a fucking YouTube video in his entire life.
Or
So
we had
funny.
a guy freak out at Brock because he wanted to do a pillow fight. He's
Oh,
like,
I remember
I
that
know
video.
assault when I see one. Brock's
Yeah.
like, it's a pillow fight. Like,
Well, how about your guys' last video? That guy in the car was fucking flipping out at you guys.
Yeah.
I'm like, what was that for?
he flipped us off. I was recording Brock. We didn't say a single word to him. We didn't
Yeah.
do anything. Like, we try not to be respectful. We're just in it. We just want to make people laugh. We want to
Yeah.
make people happy. Just want to have a little fun.
Could you imagine, Logan, being that miserable in your life where you literally just are angry at everything in
Yeah.
the world?
Well, that's
So-
Portland.
After
it is, man.
after he left, we're like, I wonder how many kids he has in that van.
Well, before we cut this, shout out to the church merch guys. Our merchandise is for
The
sale.
church merch.
Teespring / the Church of MMA. Go buy a t-shirt, buy a mug, buy a face mask. We need
Yeah,
face masks because
hey.
the tyrannical fucking pieces of shit are telling them to swear it. So
Hey,
go buy one.
No. Wear your masks. It's all good. Just wear your
Even
mask.
though it
do,
doesn't
do
work.
Your thing. It doesn't work, but let's compromise a
gotta
little
wear
bit
it.
in this country. Let's compromise.
I'll wear it.
Let's wear a mask. Let's socially distance. That's fine. But fuck you if you tell me I can't have family over for
Yeah,
Thanksgiving.
only wear it if it says the Church of MMA podcast on it. We got a bunch of graphics. Check them out,
do.
guys. Check them
I
out.
just uploaded 2 new graphics today that I've been working on. Carpe diem. Anyone know what that means?
You
It
told me
means
earlier. I forgot.
Seize the day, motherfuckers. So go
shit.
and check that out on our church merch, the Teespring website. Go check that out in the link in the description below. All right.
Another one, Mason. Another one in the books. Twitter, Facebook, Instagram at the Church of MMA. Go and follow us if you already are. If you aren't already. Memes, clips of the show. Check us out.
Check us out too on our YouTube channel, guys. Still gaining subscribers, still gaining likes. We love you guys. Keep that shit up. This is the Church of MMA. My name is Mason Knight. That is Logan Knight, and that is Tabor Cragen. Until next time.
Peace.